In 1985, an ordinary schoolteacher named Ken Webster bought a second-hand BBC microcomputer for his home in Dudleston, England. As he began to use the computer, he and his colleagues started to notice something strange. On the machine's display, messages would appear seemingly out of nowhere, written by an unseen entity. This was the beginning of one of the most compelling and utterly unexplainable computer mysteries of all time. He initially believed the messages were a prank from one of his co-workers. One evening, he found a message on the screen simply saying, "Hello, my name is Lucas. I am the custodian." Lucas claimed to be communicating with Ken from a time much later than the 1500s, which the cottage that he now lived in was originally from. The family soon realized the messages only appeared when the computer was turned on, but not actively in use, and they seemed to be a series of conversations with a person from the future. Lucas claimed to be a member of a group dedicated to preserving historical knowledge, and his messages were a bizarre mix of futuristic details and cryptic warnings. One message stated, "I do not understand your dating system. It is very primitive. Ours is based on solar cycles." This gave a glimpse into a world far removed from the 1980s. When Ken and his family asked Lucas for a prediction, he replied with a chilling warning about an upcoming disaster, which he cryptically called the Great Change, claiming it would be a result of human conflict and environmental collapse. The family's initial fear gave way to curiosity, and they began leaving their own messages for Lucas, using the computer as a kind of digital Ouija board. Lucas provided accurate information about the family's past, things only they could know. He described their cottage's history in detail, and even correctly predicted events of the then near future, such as the exact date and result of a local football match. Another message from Lucas was a poignant description of his own time, hinting at a world that was both technologically advanced and spiritually broken. He wrote, "Our world is not a happy one. We are the remnants." This added an eerie, human dimension to the cryptic conversation. The messages abruptly ceased a few years later. The mystery of the Dudleston messages was never solved. One theory suggests it was an elaborate and sophisticated hoax, possibly by a colleague of Ken Webster who had access to the computer and was an expert in programming it. The fact that the messages stopped around the time that computer technology became more widespread and harder to program for pranks supports this idea. However, another, more unsettling theory is that the messages were a genuine temporal anomaly, a freak connection through some unexplained physics that allowed a device to act as a bridge between two moments in time. The strange and detailed nature of the messages, coupled with the accuracy of some of the information, makes it difficult to dismiss the Dudleston messages as just a prank, leaving it a truly unexplainable mystery of time itself.